Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Game 2 of the King of the Beta tournament between IntoTheRainBOw and DIMAGA. DIMAGA spawning here on Lost Temple. Wow, that's an interesting choice. This was loser picks. DIMAGA looks like he chose Lost Temple for Zerg. A lot of Zerg players absolutely despise this map, as there is this high ground to worry about. Thor drops, always a gigantic threat. We also do have IntoTheRainBOw spawning here as Terran once again at the right. IntoTheRainBOw up 1-0. This is Group A that consists of DIMAGA, IntoTheRainBOw, White Ra, and QXC. Very strong group. The other group is Idra, Tester, Huck, and the Little One. We will have Huck versus the Little One right after this game. But either way, proxy positions, always a little bit intense. You know, for Zerg, you really don't want to have your position revealed, and you really don't like being that close. But, oh, look at this. DIMAGA tries to back off at the last second. But, of course, IntoTheRainBOw, much too good for that, ends up scouting it right now just by rallying. Always a little bit of an obnoxiousness to deal with. It looks like IntoTheRainBOw walling off his front yet again, just continuing to pump out SCVs. Real curious to see how DIMAGA is going to respond in this Game 2. Did an all-in style in Game 1, did 2 huge pushes, but it looks like he is saving up. Whether he does a 14 pool or a 14 hatch, both of those are very economic follow-through, so it looks like he is in fact getting a spawning pool now at 14. And a gas geyser very quickly again. Wow, it looks like DIMAGA really likes these very aggressive openings. And, you know, I don't blame him, because in a sense, you get the opportunity to put pressure on your opponent while you stay alive against Reaper harass. Reaper's very obnoxious on Temple, as you can pop up and down these cliffs super easily. IntoTheRainBOw gets in there, and note that he sees that there's gas, and he backs right out again. He just wants to check this really quickly, but honestly, IntoTheRainBOw is going to have an excellent, excellent sense of what is going on right now. He knows his opponent is either going for fast Zergling speed into fast layer or is doing some sort of roach rush, and he can plan accordingly. Look at this. Again, fast tech lab. Many Terran players think that it's always okay to get a fast tech lab. No reason to do anything else whatsoever. Tech Lab openings always very stable, as you can get the Reapers out for harass and to deal with Zerglings, or you can get the Marauders out to deal with Roaches if you so see that opening coming. But either way, second gas guys are going down very early as well. This to me is a huge signal that there is no early expanding coming on, that there's going to be a lot of aggression start to finish. Looks like IntoTheRainBOw is making one Marine. Oh my god, that's going to be very tricky for DIMAGA. All Zergs will really be expecting a Reaper or a Marauder to pop out of there, but there comes one Zergling, completely throwing his opponent off guard, and of course a few shots going on that Overlord. Very, very, very obnoxious to deal with. Don't know if he'll be able to make it. That is a long distance to go. Wall off is complete. Oh, look at this. IntoTheRainBOw backing off. He saw these Zerglings at the front. Did those Zerglings manage to get a kill? I'm trying to check these Zerglings. Yes, look at that. One kill. He has been upgraded to a Predator. Nice job, Zergling. And that always is going to make the Terran leery. And you know, a lot of Terran players, in fact, a lot of players in general, would say, why didn't IntoTheRainBOw go chase after that Overlord? It's very risky to put that much into just killing off one Overlord early on, because if that that Marine dies to some sort of early Zergling pressure, you can end up getting a lot of trouble at your front door very early on. So IntoTheRainBOw just trusting that his late game play is what's going to pull him through, not any sort of early game luck. Reaper coming out right now. This is what I call a delayed Reaper. You get it out after the time of a Reaper rush, and this Reaper will let you pop into your opponent's base and really see what kind of tech he's doing. Or likewise, it looks like IntoTheRainBOw is going to be guarding this Xel'Naga watchtower. He can pop up and down here, manage any sort of Zerglings incoming, and wow, spending a full scan, and look at the timing on that, seeing exactly what popped out of that first set of larvae from that Queen of DIMAGA. He knows that yet another huge roach pressure is coming, but DIMAGA always not the kind of player not to just blindly rush in there and try to get a huge win right at the start. Instead, he's going to have some sort of follow through with his aggression. Zerglings and Roaches he's going to use to take down these destructible rocks. It's a little bit less threatened from this high ground. Thor drops are a little less easy to deal with, and of course, it's a Gold Expo. Straight bling bling for the Russian Zerg. Drone already getting in there, maybe going to take a few whacks himself. The rocks do knock down, and there's the Gold Expo going up for DIMAGA. And look at this brilliant play, adding on more drones now, and look what's going on IntoTheRainBOw's base. Full out defense mode, locking himself down tight, but never ever ever count the top Korean Brilliant pros out, as of course they do not lock into defensive mode and just focus only on defending. There is an aggressive opportunity here. There is this Banshee coming out. Cloak. Oh, Cloak also getting researched as well. Very stable opening as Banshees do significant damage to ground. And look at this Reaper. Oh my god, the Reaper trying to do a little bit of magic, but getting trapped at an awkward angle. Oh, getting spat on and crashing apparently into himself, which is of course always hurts. And it looks like this Banshee's getting real close to getting finished. And one Banshee does kill one Queen. And oh god, DIMAGA has no anti-air at all. He needs to get a second Queen up, or he needs to put pressure at the front. Look at this nice mix of barracks units and a Hellion at the front. Easily going to be able to defend against virtually any composition. Ling Roach will get shut down by this. And of course, the Banshee is very good against Roaches and Lings because these can't shoot up. And it looks like one Banshee is out. Look at this patience by IntoTheRainBOw. Sometimes if you reveal one Banshee a little bit too early, your opponent can get enough Queens in time to stay alive. But if you wait for two, you really catch your opponent with his pants down. But that hatchery is now morphed into a lair. Hydralisks can be constructed, but it looks like DIMAGA is just going into all-out macro mode. Ooh, god, if I were DIMAGA, I'd be real suspicious if there's no expo. I've seen a turtling Terran and haven't experienced anything yet. And look, here come two Banshees. Are they coming yet? Yep, there's a second Banshee heading out right now. DIMAGA's going to be completely undefended. Here comes one Banshee darting in here, target firing these drones. One goes down, two goes down. IntoTheRainBOw not getting over-eager, but just going to try to pick off the cheap drone kills. But then he realized there's just one Queen. He's target firing the Queen. Poor DIMAGA did this great aggressive opening, but just could not get anti-air up in time. There is only, oh my god, and the Cloak, it wouldn't even have mattered if he had two Queens. Just cannot deal with those cloaked Banshees, and when you're this far spread apart, sure you get extra resources, but just basic harassment is what you really need to deal with. Not any sort of cute Thor harass or cute dropping going on the high ground. Very, very difficult to deal with. Hydral's Den is up now, but god, these two Banshees are giving DIMAGA so much trouble. 12 kills between the two. Second Queen falls down. DIMAGA hasn't done anything with his units yet, and in the meantime, IntoTheRainBOw getting up another expansion, just annihilating more and more drones. Oh god, DIMAGA. Oh, and just an absolutely horrid situation. Was completely outplayed. Look at this, 23 kills on this Banshee. I bet this other Banshee who keeps getting the first shots off is a little bit jealous, as of course he was just as important. But either way, this one has been upgraded to a commander. Third Banshee out, just to add insult to injury. Pulling the weakened one back, always the sign of an excellent player. Despite an early lead, still having huge care to make sure that all his units are well protected. But either way, we have IntoTheRainBOw just doing very, very standard, calm, economically focused follow-throughs. Oh, DIMAGA trying to pull back, but has 4 drones and 4 Hydralisks. One Banshee does fall, and look at that, just 2 seconds of non-focus, and IntoTheRainBOw loses that Banshee straight off the bat very, very easily. So it looks like doing a swap around with this barracks, and with this factory in the starport. Going to land that, going to get some Thors up for an early push, but DIMAGA is trying to hang in right now. I mean, these gold expos do give you so many resources that potentially, DIMAGA is hoping for a comeback, but I mean, chances are slim with 2 Banshees still out here to harass. Notice that the anti-air is up, the Hydralisks are there, they can repel these Banshees, the Overseers can even be researched. There's the Overseer right there. No cloaking coming up here. I mean, just gives it a shot, but look how fast those Banshees fall. But even then, by being so far spread out as Zerg, these Banshees are still a gigantic threat, despite the Overseer-Hydralisk combo. And look at this nice spread. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Splitting up in 2 different directions. Trying to confuse these Hydros, trying to get them to go in 2 different directions. And oh, look, target firing these Roaches, which will pull back. And that was so smart by DIMAGA to pull back to try to get these Hydralisks in there faster. But at the same time, the Commander Banshee getting 27 kills. Will he be able to get his 28th and 29th? There's 28th kill.